We have also observed that the usual practice would say payment vouchers are stamped accordingly. But we have observed regrettably that some of them were not stamped, and we have brought that oversight to the account system. And that again, we have rectified that. All those ones that have been paid were then stamp paid. But
after the fact.
Exactly, after the fact. That was what has happened. It was an oversight on the accounting system.
Who committed that oversight?
Again, the accounting system, the accounts department.
Yeah, because it is not difficult to go and cook up records to straighten out things. That's why I want to urge our committee to work on that example that the Auditor General gave us when we were having the retreat. That in some countries, after 21 days of the auditor asking you for a document and you don't produce, you are start too bad. Yes. You can't come back after 4 years and say, okay, I can now find the document. If anybody can produce any document, I think we also should find a way. If it is a law that we need to amend, if it is a rule that we need to amend, to give it, we may extend our one beyond 21 days. It may be after 30 days of the auditor asking you to produce a document and you have not produced. You are started bad. You can't come after 45 days, not even talk of 2-3 years. Now that you say vouchers that were not stamped in 2020 have now been stamped. And then we should accept that to regularize. Yes, Deputy Chairman, please take over. I need to see somebody.
Can you put off your mic?
Thank you.
Do you have internal auditors aside the federal auditors?
Very well. And this, when I read this, I brought that to their attention too, that they must go through all these processes before the final payment is made up.
Okay, because these are some of the things that internal audits are supposed to flag off before the external auditors come. So please take note of this. And a ministry like that, like yours, should not be found wanting in this kind of issue. Auditor General.
Thank you, Chair. Someone can bring another voucher and recycle it, just the date and present some of those documents, and it will pass. So that's the essence why it was raised. Thank you.
We have observed that, yes, these are not outright firemen, but that they were misclassification of the subheads, because some of these things should have been classified in their proper subhead. And that has been what we have observed as a ministry, that they were not in actual fact, strictly speaking, firemen in the true word of it. You know. So those are...
Let me talk to my colleague, the accountant. We have under the overheads, we say this is electricity, this is diesel, this is water, this is, then assuming the classification is wrong, if we take electricity, let's say to diesel, and are we right when we expand money for diesel, meant for diesel to electricity? I think it is, if as long as it is not under the subhead, any amount expanded into that one need the approval of the National Assembly. Therefore, Parliament is moving a kobo from one subhead to another subhead. If the classification is wrong, then it is you who will pinpoint the classification and draw the attention of the National Assembly that you want to utilize the social sum that is misapplied elsewhere to this one. So that submission, I think, is something that if we continue, we'll argue. I want to be guided from the professional aspect.
I agree. The misclassification has been resolved, and it means that it was not misclassification, because if the misclassification is an error on your own part, it is your error, not an error on our side. Or so it's just an admission. Thank you.
Thank you. Like our colleagues rightly put, if it's an error, you should have a system of reconciliation where you correct some of these things. And if it's environment issue, you need to get approval from the National Assembly. So on this note, we also call on the ministry to take note of issues like this and do the right thing. For us, it is not acceptable that you do violence without the approval of the National Assembly. And going forward, it will not be taken. So on the issue number 2 and this, the recommendations by the Auditor General will apply accordingly. And for us, we are saying this should not happen again. Is that okay? Thank you.